Let's open our eyes to the world that's around us. Science has the answers to the questions that have found us.
Malia Science.
Science. Hi guys, welcome to our science video on insects. Insects are so cool, aren't they, Roland?
Yeah.
They're amazing. Now, what makes an animal an insect? Well, you gotta have some certain characteristics. Some of it's like us, because they're animals, and some of it's very different. Well, first of all insects have an exoskeleton. What's an exoskeleton?
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't? Where's your skeleton? Is it on your inside or your outside?
Inside?
Inside. But an insect has their skeleton on the outside. That's their exo, meaning exit or out, skeleton. The other thing is they have 3 body parts. Their head, their abdomen, and their thorax. So the head, the abdomen, and the thorax. Now they also have 3 pairs of legs. 3 pairs of legs. So 3 pairs is how many?
6?
6. Good job. 3 pairs of legs is 6 legs. Insects have 6 legs. They also have, their legs each have 3 parts. They have 2 wings at some stage in their life, because they go through different stages of their lives. And they also have, what? The last thing. Well, compound eyes, which means their eyes are made up of a whole bunch of different lenses. We have 2 lenses, 1 for each eye, and they have a bunch of lenses. Those are called compound eyes. Now, stay tuned for the end of this video, because at the end of it, Roland is going to be so hungry that he's going to eat a plate of worms. Look at these yummy worms. Are worms insects? No, they're not insects. They are animals like insects, and they're in the same family of invertebrates, which means they don't have backbones. Like us, they don't have a backbone. We have a backbone. They don't. Insects don't. So this is their invertebrate cousins. Stay tuned for the end. He's gonna eat a plate of worms. Okay, welcome to one of the world's hardest seek and find games. Now, we know that insects have certain ways of surviving, and one of these defense mechanisms is called camouflage. We try and grow tomatoes. Everybody likes tomatoes. If you don't like tomatoes, at least most of us like tomato sauce and things like that on our pizza and spaghetti. But when farmers try and grow tomatoes, some insects can become pests. Now, on here, there are some tomato worms, and we've been finding quite a few of them. Can you spot a tomato worm? Can you spot them? They're very difficult to find because of the fact that they're camouflaged, which means they're the same color as their surroundings. So if you've ever played a seek and find, you know, you gotta look. There he is, right there. Right here is our tomato worm. And we've got to remove him. Otherwise he'll eat all the leaves, and the leaves are what collects the sunlight for the plant. So I'm going to take him off, and there's lots of them. There's your tomato worm. Ooh. There we go. Now, here's another interesting, oh, that's a cat. Now here is another tomato hornworm in the larva stage, but you notice those white things on it. That is the eggs of a parasitic wasp. Now the eggs were laid on its back and they hatched, and they're not good for him. It's a parasite, which means he just damages the host. It damages the worm for its own good. And eventually, here's another one. You can see the eggs are hatching into the little larva stage of the parasitic wasp. Now right next to him is one without any on it. What he's going to do is, they don't form chrysalis like a lot of other of the larva stages do, of other moths and butterflies. Well, they do, but it's different. It's a big brownish black thing that is underground, and they form underground. They're chrysalises, and they hatch out in the spring. And I'm sure you've probably seen these moths too. Try and show you a picture of one. So there's a pest, and a pest with a parasite on it. That's their roles in their environment. Everything has a role. Whether it's a producer, like all our plants, produce things for other stuff to eat. Consumers, predators, prey, scavengers, decomposers. All different roles that we have in our ecosystems and habitats. Okay, another great example of camouflage. Can you find the grasshopper? Let's get in closer. Do you see him? Do you see him? And there he is. Same color as the stick. Pretty cool. Cool camo. What do you think, Roland?
I think that.
Can you point to him with your finger in case somebody hasn't seen him? Right there.
I thought that grasshoppers could only be green, but apparently they can be different colors too.
Yeah.
Look, you can see his eyes on top of his head.
Yeah. Same color as that stick. That is incredible.
There's a bee on your arm drinking from your blood.
He's not drinking from my blood. He's drinking my sweat.
Sweat bee.
He's a sweat bee. Hi, little sweat bee. I'm not sweating so much. Okay. In here, we have some caterpillars. They're going to turn into monarch butterflies. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen them. See what they're eating. They're eating milkweed. You can see one guy over here who's still eating. And one guy up top who's done eating and ready to form a chrysalis. What he's going to do is hang down from one end and start to form like a J. And then the J is going to turn into the chrysalis like this guy is in. So we'll try and see if we can get him J hooking. Pretty cool. You notice these guys aren't too camouflaged. Not too camouflaged. These guys are not too camouflaged. They have bright yellow stripes. One of the reasons is that if they are nasty tasting or toxic or poison, they want to be seen. If they're just yummy caterpillars, they want to be camouflaged. Kind of like how bees have bright yellow. Stay away from me. I'll sting you. Because they don't want to sting you, but they don't want to be sat on or eaten either. And right here, we see him starting to J-hook. You can see the chrysalis and the J-hook. The J-hook is what he does before he turns into the chrysalis. And when he comes out of the chrysalis, he'll be, or she'll be a butterfly. One of the coolest things for hunting insects is to just go around and flip some logs and some rocks and stones and see what's underneath. You never know what you're gonna find. Whoops. Lots of beetles. Ooh, a big spider there. See that guy? Huh. Looks like a little wolf spider. Slug. Okay, I'm gonna put some sugar out here and see how long it takes different insects to find it. Who's gonna find it the first? I'm gonna hypothesize, which means a guess, that it's gonna be ants that find it first. And we'll see. Ants are pretty amazing creatures. They work for their colony. They do all sorts of amazing things, even though they're small, when they work together. So I'm gonna set this on time lapse and we'll see what happens. Here we go. After I put some sugar up there, of course. Come and get it, guys. Not you chickens. Okay, gang, are you ready? The moment you all been waiting for. Are you hungry, Roland?
Yep.
All right. Roland is now going to eat his plate of worms. But hold your horses, young man. First, let's talk about insects. And are worms insects? No, they're not. They're not insects. They're related to them. You know, we're all animals, but worms are closer to insects than we are because they're in a group called invertebrates, which means they don't have a backbone. We have a backbone running up and down our back, and you know, other things like dogs and cats, things do have backbones. They're vertebrates. But invertebrates, worms, and no backbone in here. Oh, sorry, guy. Squiggly. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to touch your food. We'll clean them up later. So, you know, it might seem really gross to be eating insects, but, or worms for that matter, but the fact of the matter is people all around the world eat insects. Yeah, they are very rich in needed proteins and irons. And a big thing is they're less of a strain on the land. That means that to raise a herd of crickets, it's a lot less energy, water, and resources than it is to raise a herd of cows. Think of when you drive by a farm. Look at how big the farm is, how big those cows are. It'd be a lot easier, a lot less pollution to raise insects. Now, there's a lot less pollution, like we said. So that doesn't mean you should go out and pick up crickets or worms and start eating them. These are specially prepared worms. So, all right. Are you ready, Roland?
Yep.
Get
Suck
a big
it up
scoopful.
just like a noodle.
Mm-hmm. Get a scoopful. Oh, come on, a bigger scoopful of that. Ready?
There.
Oh, almost.
Come on. They're too wiggly because they don't have backbones.
Oh, yeah, nice and juicy. Taste that protein. Awesome job.
Yum.
All right, guys, we'll see you later. Hope you're enjoying your Malia program.
Let's open our eyes to the world that's around us. Science has the answers to the questions that have found us.
Malia Science.
Science.